You should really see my gorilla setup. There's a lot of tape involved and yeah. Okay, I'm very sick of just like inching through the prologue. I want to get to the actual the actual juicy bits. Hope nothing goes wrong on this recording today. Hold on, my recording crashed again.
Ikemen vampire. 偉人たちと恋の誘惑.
Last time we stopped when... Oh, I don't remember. Oh god, let's read. It was the gentleman who found my earring back in the Musée du Louvre. I hurried down the steps, stopping short at the sight of those golden eyes. It's really him. Is he the lord of the manor? I certainly thought he was princely. Do you remember me? We met in front of the coronation of Napoleon. You picked up my earring. Of course, my non-existing earring. I remember you. Before I could ask a gentleman the way out, my dark-haired savior stepped between us. She says she came here through your door, just as when he'd grabbed my hand, he looked like he was protecting me. That is kinda cute. I did not. I can give you my oath if you wish. Her arrival is just as surprising to me. Then how did she get in here? Your door, my arrival, they're not making any sense. It was becoming harder to deny that something was very wrong here. I wanted out more than ever. You've been very kind, but I really can't stay. I've got an itinerary. I don't know what that is. That door there, does it lead outside? I'm afraid the answer you seek will only confuse you more. This isn't a place for a long discussion, however. Would you join me for dinner? Sleek slide. A long discussion? Does that door lead outside? The answer is either yes or no. Perhaps he sensed my growing aggravation. He added quickly, tonight's banquet is a rare occasion for us. But afterwards, I will answer all your questions. S'il vous plaît, which means please in French. If you didn't know. I made it my job to help other people to plan for their vacation adventures. As such, I had done the digging on any number of fancy hotels. The gentleman from Paris' dining room was that of the place. That of a place? It was fancy. Okay. I need to pin my hair somehow. Can I? I'm always trying out of new hairstyles, but I always retrieve back to... Anyway, let's continue. Warmly lit with candeliers and candelabras, high-baked wooden chairs framing the massive table. 4 men were already seated. There were the beautiful pianist. He looked unhappy to be here. There were 2 men sitting together, some distance from the paintist. It's pianist, not paintist.
こんなに待たせるなんてどういうつもりだ?
Japanese is so cool. Must have been something important to keep us here.
あと数秒遅れていたら席を立つところだった。
1 second longer and I would have left. The dark-haired one was drumming his finger importantly on the table, impatiently.
まあまあ、そんな風に怒るとお腹が空くよ。
Now, getting angry about dinner is not going to make the food come on you. Am I the food? I still wonder if I'm the food. I mean, I know I'm the food, but like...
ったく、兄さんももっと怒れよ。
I have to be angry for 2. Midgen Brorer? So they're brothers? Oh, is that German? I don't know who those 2 are. I forgot. Is that German? I think German. Okay, I'll find out. So they're brothers and Dutch. Oh, Dutch. I'm dumb. The pale-haired brother and the opposite altitude of his short, tempering siblings. Wait, is that Van Gogh? 'Cause Dutch.
あれ?
Who's that? The nice one's gentleman eye stopped on me.
お客様かな? よろしくね.
We have a guest? It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. There was salvation in his smile. He looked like the paintings of angels I'd seen in the museum. There he is. There's always been that one person who makes everything brighter. That's adorable.
お客様?
We have a guest? The 4th man, who had a youthful face, raised his head, finally noticing our arrival. He'd been studying the tablecloth as far as I could see. He got the briefest look at me before returning to Fred counting. Is he shy? Of course he is. He spoke, but I wasn't sure if it was to me, as he wouldn't meet my eyes. Aw, cutie.
誰か知らないけど、 席ついたら
Whoever you are, have you considered sitting down?
先頭のあんたがぼーっとしてると後ろが迷惑だと思うんだけど
There's a queue behind you waiting to get in, you know. Newt, old boy, you do care. Wait, is that Newton? I love it. Okay. Newt placed his hand on the table as thought to push to his feet. I heard the sharp clap behind me. Okay. That will be enough of that, you two. I require good manners at my table. The mom came. The gentleman from Paris gave everyone the room a warning look. The gentleman from Paris gave everyone in the room a warning look, cloaked in a smile. He's a mom. Can I date the mom? Let's be seated. There's few empty chairs, but we'll have to start the toast without them. Okay. I want my boy Shakespeare. I remember I like Shakespeare a lot. I don't remember if I told you that or not, but I liked Shakespeare a lot. I want Shakespeare. À votre santé. For your health, I think. The gentleman raised a glass of golden champagne and toast for good health. Called it. Immediately after, the butler began bringing out the first course. I didn't join the gentleman in his toast. I didn't touch my glass of champagne. It should have been 3:15 and I should have been at the Louvre, but it's nighttime and we're starting dinner. I couldn't solve the puzzle right now, so I turned my attention to my companions. Who are all these men? Yeah, who are all these men? I haven't been introduced to anybody. Those men need no introduction. They are the greatest men of history. You probably know them from your history books, and you know them from your, that's it. Because you're not a nerd like me and you don't research Leonardo da Vinci for fun. Unless you do, which is, thank you. I don't feel as alone anymore. Was this an international meeting of some kind? They don't particularly seem to be friends. The gentleman from Paris sitting at the head of the table I do not understand this word. His glass my way inclined in like this? I think like this.
今宵の奇跡的で運命的な出会いに感謝するよ。
Let us toast to tonight's glorious and miraculous encounter. Sante, health. Asante, asante. Asante in Swahili is thank you. Afya in Swahili is health. Oh, frick. Okay, and we're back at it. I forgot what I was talking about. À la vôtre, for you. Unable to refuse such direct toast, I responded looking in his eyes as I touched my glass to his. He finished his champagne feeling guilty. I took a sip of mine. It tasted wonderful. Oh yeah, there's a pause. He finished his champagne. I, feeling guilty, took a sip of mine. Glorious. Miraculous. What is going on? My stomach knew. I'd only eaten a quick breakfast this morning, and I was hungry. I'm hungry as well. I'll be insulting him if I didn't eat. And everything looks so good. I tried with terrine? I don't know what it is. Faisant. That's a bird. Cool. My compliments to the chef. You can taste the crab and the thickened just right. Oh, it's thick. Okay. You'll be pleased to hear that. The gentleman from Paris smiled at me, and suddenly I was feeling my champagne. Maybe he's just harmless nobleman, and I'm taking this too seriously. By all appearances, it was a perfectly pleasant evening. Wasn't this just the sort of romantic adventure I arranged for people? When the gentleman spoke, everyone stopped their quiet chatter and gave him the attention.
せっかくだから彼女のために自己紹介をしようか。
I believe we should take this opportunity to introduce ourselves to our guest. Oh yes, let's go. Okay, we're gonna keep going because I'm firing through this. Let's read.
せっかくだから彼女のために自己紹介をしようか。
I believe we should take this opportunity to introduce ourselves.
まずは俺から。みんなにはサンジェルマン伯爵と呼ばれている。
I will start us off. Everyone has taken to calling me Comte de Saint-Germain. Yeah, that dude. He is confusing. I didn't find much information about him, but something to do with immortality and philosophy stones. Oh, we get a... Oh, that's cute. Kant. So he's a count. Comte. So he's a count. That explains his old world air. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. The pleasure's all mine, Count. I stiffen, realizing belatedly I could have been making a better impression of myself. Yeah, that I feel that. Le Comte de Saint-Germain next turned to his servant, my hard-working butler and chef of tonight's excellent banquet, Sebastian. Just Sebastian. I love how it's like all these men of history. And then just Sebastian. It's a pleasure to meet you. I love you, Sebastian. The stoic butler. Sebastian gave me a formal bow. The pleasure is all mine. A butler named Sebastian? How typical is that? Can we cue Black Butler theme, please? I don't have black nail polish, but I wish I had. But there's how typical is that? Except that I recognized her accent, Sebastian. It's the same as mine. Oh, she's Japanese. You're Japanese and I'm willing to bet Sebastian isn't your real name. You! How dare you to take another name to fit in with society, Sebastian, if that's your real name? It occurs to me we haven't heard your name yet. I'd be pleased to know it. I guess there's no harm in that. I'm Brovsky. Sup? Hit me up. That's such a pretty name. The man with Angel's face sitting across from me was the first to reply. I wasn't expecting... Don't talk over me. I wasn't expecting someone like you to turn up here. I hope we can be friends. Oh yeah. Big brain. I'm Vincent van Gogh. I'm painter. It's nice to meet you. Vincent van Gogh. The angel face. Angel boy. It's nice to meet you too. Oh no, my cat. It's gonna be loud. A painter named Vincent van Gogh. Is the theme of tonight's banquet pseudonyms? But I smiled back. He seemed like a nice man. He was a little bit crazy in real life. Just gave his ear to a prostitute, I believe. Like, and here you go. Because reasons. I'm not gonna get into it. Google it. Oh no, cat, please. God, no. And this is my little brother. This is my little brother. Go on, Theo, introduce yourself. You already introduced himself. Vincent nodded at his brother.
Theodoros van Gogh. 画商だ。兄さんと間違えてくれるのよ。
Theodoros van Gogh. I'm an art dealer. Art dealer. Funny way to say it. Don't confuse me with Vincent. Never, never, Theodore. I'll do my best. Confuse you too? Not likely. Although I would have pinned you for the older brother. Oh. I lost my ability to read for a second. Maybe it's his attitude, but Vincent doesn't strike me as an older child.
ただの挨拶に雑談は必要ないだろう。俺からは以上だ。
My introduction is over, so don't expect anything else from me. He opened a pocket watch and tapped the back, tap, 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 as if to say, I've got things to do. So rude. What's his hurry? Goodness, does he have the opposite of his brother or what? Sitting to the right of Theodorus was Newt. Like a nougat, like a nut. Will you just look at me? I don't bite. If he could have curled up into a ball so small that he disappeared completely, I was certain he would have.
アイザックニュートン
I'm Isaac Newton.
物理学が専門
I studied physics. Isaac Newton. Sheep. Wolf in a sheep's cloth? Wolf? Can we play? I'm intrigued. Hold on. Wolf in a sheep. I skipped over it, but I read it. Wolf in a sheep's claw. I'm curious about him. I'm curious about this boy. Can we do this? Can we do him? Oh, so your name is Isaac. Nice to meet you. He's a student. Maybe Cambridge? He's got that South English accent. Wait, should that be Sir Isaac? Just then, I heard one of the windows rising. To my surprise, someone was coming from outside. I didn't need to hear him speak to know he was Japanese. The men waved at us.
やあやあ遅れてしまったねよっこらしょ
I'm a little late, aren't I? He just about crossed the windswell when his sleeve got caught. He put it comically, ineffectually so. He's wearing an old Taishio-style kimono in the middle of the Paris, and he came through the window. Where do I start with him? How do you pronounce kimono? Kimono? God's truth, you can't use a door and keep everyone waiting? No, the window is much faster. He smiled, hooked like a fish in a window, but looking as nothing about that was strange. Hooked like a fish in a window? What does that mean? What is that supposed to mean? I was still staring when he freed himself. His eyes fell on me.
お嬢さんはじめましてだね食事はお口に合うかな
Oh, hello there, young one. Why, I'm so happy to see you here. How's dinner? It's good.
それは何よりだまあセバス君の作る料理はどれも箸が進んでしまうからね
Isn't it? Well, Sebastian made it, and you wouldn't believe how fast his cooking gets gobbled up. Oh, he's cute. Oh, I don't even look at the faces now. I just look at the text and read it. Because it's speedrun. We're speedrunning the freaking prologue. He nonchalantly took the seat next to Isaac, who immediately slid away from him. You arrived just in time. We were all introducing ourselves to our guest. You'd like to introduce yourself?
俺は太宰治しがない作家だよ
I'm Dazai Asamo. I'm Asamo Dazai, just a poor writer struggling to make his way in the world. Asamo Dazai, the indulgent charlatan. Ooh, charlatan. I love that. Oh yes, I know. I had to read you in my high school classic literature class. Now I feel bad. I should have introduced myself as Marie Antoinette. No, Queen Himiko? I looked back at the Van Gogh brothers. It was Vincent who had started the weird chain of nonsense names. But like, Germaine. But like, okay, who are these people? I mean, really. I get it now. This must be one of those reality segments they run in morning TV. Surprise, you've traveled back in time. The great actors, everyone sees how panicked the guest gets. They laugh. But they need my written permission for that. Besides, they rent out such a grand mansion for a variety skit. And in Paris. That didn't make any sense at all. Now I regretted drinking the champagne. Had there been something in it? Never mind, who's next? Surprise me. Skipping several empty chairs brought up to the coldly beautiful paintist. Oh my god, pianist. Oh my god. Wolfie! That was the flirt. Oh yeah. Okay, I looked up if Arthur Conan Doyle was actually a flirt or not, and I didn't find anything. Wolfie, that's what the flirt had called him. At the very least, this can't be a joke, because this one would never play along.
ボルフガング・アマデウス・モーツァルト音楽家
Wait, he would never play along, but he's a pianist. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, a composer, a haughty musician, hot. Hello, Mozart. Of course, the pianist called himself Mozart. I would have accepted Beethoven too. It was strange that the men who hated parties would join in on this silly game. Oh, the last of the forgotten, the flirt.
はーい次俺ね
I love him. I do believe I'm next. I'm next, excuse me?
ミステリー作家
I'm Arthur Conan Doyle, mystery writer.
気軽にアーサーって呼んでね。
And don't call me sir, just Arthur. As long as I can call you Brovsky. Oof, I felt it. Playboy. I got angry. I wasn't going to grace it with an answer. Oh, come on, he tried. Now I believe that he's capable of saying anything to anyone if he thought it could get his foot. If he thought it could get his foot in the door. Oh, but would they all be lying to me? No, not lying. They're pseudonyms then. They have to be. They're celebrities of dignitaries and they're giving me fake names or keeping their real identity secret or something. I believe that leaves you. The Comte's velvet voice arrested my fancies. This confuses me. Oh, only one man was left. My protector. The dog. He wanted me to get out of here. He promised to answer my questions as soon as we were gone. For some reason, I'd instantly trusted him because of those dreamy, lovely eyes you described so vividly. Would he lie to me too? My dark-haired savior looked at me with those eyes that hid nothing and said,
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Napoleon Bonaparte. The charismatic ruler. Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay. He's charismatic. I think he's just hot.
軍人だ.
I'm a soldier. Ah, soldier boys. Crap, I said soldier boy and now I'm thinking of Avatar, The Last Airbender. I'm gonna cry now. God, that was such a sad episode. It still gets me. Every time I watch it, it's just... Yeah. Oh! Ooh! 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 We get Shakespeare now. Oh, I love Shakespeare. Okay, let's go. Good stuff. Sebastian, if you would make us a cup of herbal tea, I think a nice would be... Not for me, please. I would never, ever refuse a cup of tea. My recording just crashed. Okay.